disease or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's an all natural cure for it. You know, see, but nah, you can't put no patent on that and make no money off that. So he put all type of stuff in your food and GMOs and this, that, and the other thing, so you to get sick, so you to go to their hospitals, and it's an ongoing process of you getting sick, so taking these pills, taking care of this, but then hurting that. You gotta take pill for this, that, and the other thing. And then, you know, it's just a continuing process of you slowly dying while you paying them and they getting rich, okay? While they taking over everybody, you know, everything about them is contrary to the Most High. If the Most High say do this, they do the opposite. If the Most High say don't do this, that's what they do. And they make laws and set it up and they promote it and they put it exalted and say it's good and all that thing. Who has done this? What nation of people, all right, could be this wicked? All right, it's Esau Edom, the so-called white man, okay? So carrying on, but they hate us, man. You know? This is Genesis 27. Genesis 27 and 38. Genesis 27 and 38. It says, right, so why do Esau hate us so much? Why is he our enemy? You know, it was made to be that way, but here's part of the story as well. Genesis 27 and I'll start at 37. It says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, because Esau, he cried, give me, is there another blessing? You know, because through the Spirit, the Lord made it to where, because the blessing went to the oldest. Esau was the elder, but through the Spirit, it was originally supposed to come to us anyway, because it was the will of the Father, according to his purpose, that it might stand, who he elected to be his chosen special people. Okay? But it says, and Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. It says, and Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword, right, this is his blessing that Esau got. He cried for it, so he got his blessing. He said, and by thy sword thou shalt live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. And he's always been about killing so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which is Jacob, which is the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? It says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. All right? So he hated us. But his blessing was the sword. Keep that in mind. Okay? This is, so it says, so Esau hated Jacob, right? This is Ezekiel. Now bear with me. I got several more scriptures, and like I say, it'll be chopped up into 30-minute increments, and Lord willing, you are compelled to watch them all, Lord will. This is Ezekiel 35, and I'll start at the top. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. And we spoke on Mount Seir about it being Esau, Edom, right? When it said Esau is Edom, real quick, let me just get that. It says Genesis 36:8, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom, Mount Seir, right? It says Ezekiel 35:1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right, this is a future prophecy. It says, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. So it says by the force of the sword. This is what Esau, Edom has done to the children of Israel. Their blessing was the sword. OK, their blessing was the sword. And so with their blessing, OK, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. All right. Remember that hatred went back, to when he realized that Jacob had got the blessing. Okay, he hated him for that. And his hatred is ongoing. It's perpetual. All right, because it's perpetual because, for one, it's set that way. Good is set against evil. All right, the righteous is set against the wicked. Jacob is set against Esau. All right, 2 and 2. That's how we go. And so his hatred, darkness is always going to hate the light. All right. The evil is always going to hate the good. Okay. It's going to be a perpetual. All right. But when it started way back when. And let me hit a scripture on that. All right. So it's an old hatred too. Not only an ongoing and perpetual, but it's an old hatred that was set up from way back right here in Genesis chapter 3. Now, real quick, Genesis chapter 3. Now, when Satan did what he did, he lied, all right, and fed those lies to Eve, and then Eve fed them to those lies to Adam, all right, and he went along with it. Okay, so that's when they messed up. See, but check this out. Genesis 3:14. It says, and the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust shalt thou eat all of the days of thy life. It says, and and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Now, first I want to get this enmity. All right, it comes from the Hebrew word ayaba, which is enmity, hatred, hostility. All right, an enemy, to treat as an enemy, opposite. All right, hate. So it says, and I will put, the Lord said, because this, Satan, you have done that, I will put enmity, I will put hatred, I will put hostility, I will put you to be opposites, all right, treat as an enemy, right? I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed. So Satan has a seed that's here on the earth. Okay? Thy seed, the Satan's seed, which this word seed comes from the Hebrew word Zarai. All right? Zarai. And it's seed, sowing, offspring. All right? Semen, viral, offspring, descendants, posterity, children. Okay? So I will put enmity between thee and the woman. So between Satan and the woman, and between thy seed, all right? Satan's seed, Satan's children, Satan's descendants, Satan's offspring. Okay? Satan has an offspring. This is what this is talking about. And her seed. The woman is talking about Israel. All right? Because we were likened unto a comely and delicate woman. All right? You see if I can find that. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'll get this one. Isaiah 54:5. It says, "For thy maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts is his name, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the God of the whole earth shall he be called." All right, but he said, "For thy maker is thy husband." We are that woman. All right, just like it says in Jeremiah 3:14, "Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you." All right, for I am married unto you. All right, and we are that woman. All right, where's that? I was looking for that. Let me see. Let me see something. Bear with me a quick second. I'm not finding it, but it talks about how he is likened the daughter of Zion, the Israelites, unto a comely and delicate woman. All right, and that's what that woman is talking about. This seed, because a woman, actual woman, don't have seed. Okay, so back in this Genesis 3:15, it says, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed," so thy children, "and her seed." All right, talking about Israelites. All right, that comely and delicate woman that he's likened us to, that seed, okay, which is so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, the so-called black man, the so-called brown man. That's why it's always been a thing between the so-called black man and the so-called white man. The so-called brown man and the so-called white man, which is the so-called Latino tribes. All right, between Native American tribes. Always. There's been that deep-seated hatred, enmity. Okay? So there it is once again. And that spirit, that seed, all right, of Satan is Esau Edom. Okay? The so-called white man. He's made him to be that way. It's 2 and 2. That's the works of the Most High God. You can't get around it. Okay? That's just how it is. Okay? That's just how it is. So carrying on, in that seed of the wicked, right? That seed of Satan, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, which are the wicked, the earth right now is given into their hands. All right, it's given into their hands for a purpose, though. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, just like the Israelites were given into their hands. Just real quick, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It says in 2nd Esdras chapter 6, verse 58, it says, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn and thine only begotten and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands, are given into the hands of the wicked and these other nations. It says, well, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? How long are we going to be under the wicked? How long are we going to be having to succumb to them? How long are we going to be given into their hands? How long is the earth going to be given into their hands? Okay? And David was in that same sentiment. Right here in Psalm 17. Psalm 17. And you know what? I'll start at the top and bounce around. It says, Hear the right, O Lord. Attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. He like, I'm for real, Lord. Just like Esdras. He was like, but we, thy people, how long shall this endure? He said that we, the Israelites, who you called your special chosen people, your only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into these other nations' hands, are given into the wicked's hands, and we, your righteous people. How long? So David was in the same spirit. Hear the right, O Lord. Attend unto my cry. Give ear unto my prayer that goeth not out of feigned lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of thy lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me, O God. Incline thy ear unto me and hear my speech. It says, show thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by thy right hand them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against thee. Keep me as the apple of thy eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. They are enclosed in their own fat. With their mouth they speak proudly. Who speak proudly? All right. It says they have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bowing down to the earth. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in the secret places. It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. From men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world. It says, from men of the world which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children. They leave the rest of their substance to their babes. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy likeness. All right. It says, but these men which are of the world, the wicked, which is thy sword. All right. These wicked is your sword to beat us. All right. To get on us for our disobedience. You have given us over into their hands because we disobeyed you. But please keep me. All right. It says, keep me as the apple of thy eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about. Who is this wicked? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man that decree all these unrighteous decrees, that lie to us, that do all these things, that want to have us do the opposite of what the Lord would have us to do. It says, please keep me from this nation, from this wicked nation. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay? It says, who have their portion in this life. Who has their portion in this life? All right? Who's on the money? All right? Who is in control? Who is the banking elite that's running the world? All right, that's funding both sides of the war, that's doing all these things, all this wickedness and all this evil, who controls the media, who controls this, controls the that, controls everything. All right, because the earth is given into their hand. All right, but just for a moment. Okay. It says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So that's a part of why, he's in rulership right now. Okay. It was David. He was prophesying, man, that knew that this was going to happen. All right. He was prophesying this because when David was around, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have no problem with, he was ruling over his enemy. He was killing, he was a mighty warrior killing his enemies. All right. He wasn't all oppressed by nobody. He was running shit. You know what I'm saying? So he was in the spirit and prophesying that this was going to come. This was going to happen to him. And it did in his reincarnation when he came back. Okay. So carrying on, this is what Esau, Edom was made for. Because people may ask, well, why the Lord? Why would he do that? Why would he make something bad? Why would he make evil? Okay. But it was all for a purpose. Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15. Bear with me quick second. Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon. (15) and verse 7. Once again, for the potter, here's that potter again, and the clay. We are the clay, talking about Jacob and Esau. All right, here's this potter again. For the Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 7. For the potter, tempering soft earth, fashioneth every vessel with much labor. Okay? For our service. Right? So each vessel, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and the vessels of mercy, right, was made with much labor for our service. So it was for a service that even the wicked was made, the bad. Okay? 2 and 2, right? It was all made for our service. It says, of the same clay he maketh both vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also such as serve to the contrary. All right? What's contrary of clean? Dirty. All right? Good. What's contrary of good? Bad. What's contrary of righteous? Wicked. Right? And he's made that for our service. It says, but what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge. Okay? And he left those understandings and judgments right here in the scriptures. Okay? So we understand that Esau Edom was a necessary evil. All right? To be that sword. Okay? To also punish us for our disobedience. And for also, we go through all these experiences. For also, this is how we get tested. All right? Just like you test gold in the fire to see if it's real. All right? So the Lord is testing us by having Esau Edom the bad in rulership. And him putting out all manner of wickedness and evil. And then wrapped you in wicked flesh. So that you may have temptations. All right? So that you go through all these different, things, and the wicked, they cater to the flesh. All right. So we must pass all these tests. We must pass all these temptations and overcome. So that's a part of another reason that they were made. All right. So that, hey, they be on, have a time to rule, and rule in wickedness and all manner of evil was going to go down. Were you going to choose that? Was you going to choose them? Or was you going to wait on the Lord, forsake the evil, and go through all manner of things just like our Lord did, make your body a living sacrifice and overcome the temptation, overcome the wicked, overcome all these things, even though your flesh want to get involved with it. Okay? So it was all for a use, brothers. You know what I'm saying? But it's not for us to enjoy this present evil world, because this is his portion. Like it said in Psalm 17. It says 17 and 13 again. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him. Cast him down, because he's on top. He's on high right now. But please, who's on high? The banking elite. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, and now you have a lot of them that's bums and broke and this, that, and other thing, because the elite of them, the Illuminati of them, don't even care about the peons of them. All right, and that's why we call them the two-time losers, because all Edomites should be having fun right now, because this is their portion. This is their time right now. Okay. So it says, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life. All right. And whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. That's why they got everything right now. All right. They are full of children and leave their rest of their substance to their babes. All right, that's why you have the heirs of the throne, and they leave their money and inheritance and riches to their kids. Okay, who do that? So-called white people, man. All right, you may have a couple of nations that may have a little something here and there. You know what I'm saying? But for the bulk and majority, it's so-called the white people, man. So-called white people, Esau Edom, man. But yeah, it was made. They were made for a purpose and for this service, man. So carrying on. Since I said portion in this life, matter of fact, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. At 1, I'm gonna jump around. It says, for the ungodly said. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 1. It says, for the ungodly. All right. So the Israelites were made to be the godly. The Edomites were made to be the ungodly, the wicked, the bad. Okay. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves. All right. But not aright. It says, our life is short and tedious, and in the death of man there is no remedy. So this whole thing that he's talking about is death. He's like, man, we're going to die. You know what I'm saying? We're born to die. So because we are born to die, it says for verse 2, for we are born at all adventure, and we should be hereafter as though we had never been. Okay. So because death, they're going to have death. This is how they think. Verse 6. So it says, come on, therefore, and let us enjoy the good things that are present. All right, since we gonna die and not be here ever again, this is what they think. All right, but there is reincarnation. All right, I must say that. But they don't have that understanding. All right, so they about now. It's our money and we want it now. Fill their belly now. Their portion is this life now, now, now. This is what it's all about with them. And they teach you to be the same way. Okay? It says,